state of mind when you're in a negative place and you don't believe that you ever can be positive or feel positive because of your anxiety, your stress, your worries, your concerns, your emotional problems, your fears, your challenges in life, and all the above. The technique that I'm going to give you works in every area. Your mind will despise it, won't like it. Most of you, when I say this, you won't believe me. You won't want to do it. Most of you won't do it. It's fine. But at some point, you are all going to do it and you're going to experience it for yourself. Then I won't have to convince you that is true and it works, because I done it today. I woke up and I wasn't in a positive mood and I didn't feel like life today. Despite all the wonderful things that are in my life that I'm grateful for, and there are challenges, but I got myself in state. I'm going to tell you how I did it, and then we're going to break it down. I taught this years ago, I teach it now. I was having a great conversation with a client yesterday who's doing my 1-year program, and we were speaking about Tony Robbins, and he's done his programs. I've got another client who's done it and I'm familiar, I think it's great. And Tony Robbins specializes a lot in state, and we spoke about it from our opinion, the bits that we liked, bits that we thought that where there's pros and cons, and the same for me. So the way that you get in state is by forcing yourself to take action for a certain period of time until your emotional state eventually changes. I'll say that again. So the way that you go from a negative state of mind and mood and feelings and emotions to a positive state is by making yourself, forcing yourself, inspiring, encouraging, whatever word works for you, it comes to the same truth. Making yourself do something that is practical for an extended period of time until your emotional state changes. I done it today and I'll tell you exactly what I done. You can replicate it if you want, and I'm going to break down other ways. So when I woke up this morning, I knew it was coming because I had a good day yesterday. Had a good sleep, really good sleep, but I woke up with a feeling of overwhelm, anxiety, just feeling a bit, not depressed, but down, a low mood, not feeling like anything, stuck. So what I done was, I accepted that it's going to take me, I couldn't move for an hour. I said, okay, it's really getting me, but I know the mind. I want to play some tricks of it. I've tricked it. I said, okay, you got me, I'm going to give in. Listen, this will help a lot of you. I sat there for an hour and I listened to some David Goggins, which really motivated me to get some context of mental toughness and someone else that's human, that's honest, that's done it and has done this. I got out of bed and I put my shorts on. I left. As soon as I left, I went for a run. And the first few minutes were difficult because my body's got quite used to this running. I love it, which means I need to step it up. But as the run went on, I built momentum. I felt better. Not 100%, still feeling a bit down, a bit negative. So I thought, what have I got to do? I knew I've got to make YouTube videos. I've got to work on, I've got to give value business. So I set the camera up. I did a long video for half an hour, and this is the 4th one now. My state's completely changed because I've done a run, 45-minute run, come home, had a shower, and I've been speaking now in front of the camera for now, I think it's been about an hour and a half, 2 hours. So it's taken me, 2 hours, maybe a bit shorter than that. Let's say for argument's sake, 2 hours to change my state. So I'm not saying it's going to take you 2, it might take you 2, it might take you shorter. But wouldn't you rather to put 2 hours of effort in and then the whole day you feel good, it might carry into the next day, and you can continuously use this practice than being depressed the whole day and down. So that's how you do it. And you don't believe it at first because the mind is so strong when it's negative, and the emotions correspond, and the emotions are strong, they're heavy, they're sticky, you feel stuck. And that's how you get out of it. And of course, the more you do this, the better you get. But for now, that's the teaching. Now, some of you might be saying, well, I can't do YouTube videos. I don't want to go on YouTube. Fine. Or I don't do running. I don't like running. Fine. You don't have to do running on YouTube, but you've got to do something. Clean your apartment. You know, you can do loads in your apartment. You can spend 2 hours, goes like that. Renovate the whole, clean it all out. Go out, go do something for 2 hours that is physical, practical. Exercise, socialize, build something. You've got to do something physical, because if you just sit there and don't do anything and you don't speak it out, your state doesn't change. It's not impossible, but it's harder. Music can help. So, and I listen to music. So these are the things I've done today. I listened to music, I listened to motivation, I ran, I showered, and I worked on my business, and I feel like a completely different person. And I'm going to continue to build on it. And we all forget this. I forget it, because I taught this for so many years, and it works in every area, in any area of life. Now, that's why it is brilliant what Anthony Robbins does with the statement. It's brilliant what I do, and many people do. Many people do this, but they don't realize it. What else was I going to say today? Now, the only downside, or the downside of building up your state and getting really high, is it's eventually going to come down. And if you don't know how to balance and get in the middle, then you're going to be depressed again, because it's going to be, I'm down, I've got my state high up, whether I'm shouting or chanting or running, which is great. And that's when you've got to get into, I've learned something new today, always learning. So you got depressive state, then you've got euphoria state, which is when you're up, where I am now. But the best one of all, for me personally, it may not feel as exciting and energetic as the one where you're up, where I am now, but the safest one, the consistent one, is when you're in the middle, where you're not depressed, you're not down, you're not massively up, but you're peaceful, you're content. And that's my opinion. That might be different for some. I wouldn't have agreed on that when I was younger. I was in a different place. But I think we'd all agree, none of us want to be down in that procrastinative, if that's a word, I've just created it, state, because it feels horrible. And then you ruminate, and then you just start thinking about all your problems, and you create more problems that are not there. You just negative thinking. So you break out of negative thinking and low state and depressed mood, and I'm not motivated, by getting up. By physically, I'll just do this for a second, I'm sitting down. Physically standing. You can feel the difference if you stand up to when, I know it sounds crazy, but it all connects. Your biology, your body language, your mind, your psychology. Even though, look, sitting down's comfortable and it feels lovely. It's nice and comfortable doing this video. But if I sat here all the time and didn't do anything, I'd get depressed. I'd have to get up and go work, help people, see family, friends, travel. There's a time. So of course there's a time to sit and relax. But when people are not relaxed and they feel down and depressed, it's not a good place. So there's different places, and this has been educational for me today. I'm going to continue. And I knew all this stuff, but knowing is not enough. I sound like Bruce Lee now. I love Bruce Lee. This has come from my heart, my own experience of what I've taught, what I've lived, and what I've learned. So let's bring it all together. What Tony Robbins teaches, what I teach, what you teach, what I live, what Bruce Lee taught. What I was going to say of Bruce Lee, I just lost my train of thought there. Boxing teaches me this, and running. Teaching people teaches me this. My clients teach me this. So, yes, body, when we're down, if I sit this and I put my things down, body language, it's like I feel worse. But if I sit up, if I go out and go for a run, I feel good about myself because I've gone and achieved something. If I help someone, I do a coaching video or teach someone. So it's also the feel-good factor, it's the sense of accomplishment. And you can do this obviously anytime you want, every day. So, but yeah, I was saying to my client yesterday, because I'm always learning and improving my teaching, the next kind of part of my teaching is teaching people how to manage the low, because I'm very good at that. I've had to do that in my life, because I guess like most success stories, well, certainly in my life, and when I observe other people that I look up to and appreciate, or anybody that's lived any life, I've had a lot of highs and lows in my life, and I don't really enjoy the extremes anymore of being really up, because I know I'm going to crash down, and I like being in the middle more. But that's where I'm at. And for those people that would like to learn that more, subscribe to my channel. I'll be teaching that and sharing that throughout my videos and my story and my coaching. And I'm always coaching, so I'm always fresh in learning, which is why I'm enjoying teaching again in this context, in this format, with this very conversational. So, but at the end of the day, this is cliche, but we'll go for it. Oh yeah, sorry, I know what I was saying, yeah. You know, that's the thing, what I said. A lot of people get stuck on saying, and I've done it, we've all done it, yeah, I already know that. Yeah, but are you applying it though? Because when people say to me, oh, I went and done Tony Robbins, or he does this, and I'll be like, yeah, I know that. I appreciate what he does, amazing what he does. And then I'll be like, yeah, I've done that, I've taught that. But sometimes that comes from ignorance, because it's like, well, the person wasn't saying that. They're sharing what they learned from Tony Robbins or someone else. And then I realize, well, I need to take Tony Robbins' advice as well, because even though I taught it and I got very good at it, there's times in my life where I forget to apply it. And you forget, we need reminding. And I learned from everybody. I learned from my client yesterday about remembering. So we all need to be reminded at times, because we forget that, you know, when we're negative, we can choose to change that. I'm not saying that's easy, and obviously there are times where it's hard, but you do the best you can. So state is change through movement, and there's a certain point of momentum where momentum kicks in. I feel it now. It's an energy, it's an enthusiasm, it goes repetition. And I learned that when I hit the boxing bag, you know, at the start. I mean, I don't have it anymore because I built a lot of momentum, but I had it at the start, where you're thinking, I'm not really enjoying this, and I don't feel confident, and it's not doing anything. I'm not losing weight, because you're not sticking at it long enough. You're not building that momentum to get to that point, to generate that positive emotional state in your psychology and your emotions, and reducing your anxiety. So that's it. I could keep going on. Let me know your thoughts and feelings in the box below. But that's how you change from a negative state to a positive one. Whether you do it through speaking, you can do it through running, training, cleaning, movement.